The way you make love, sweet darling. That ain't the way you make love. You've been turning around uptown with some fancy clown, with some fancy clown. You've been turning around uptown with some fancy clown, with some fancy clown. I hear you in the background.
One of the unusual things about this group is that each guy in the group can lead. Any guy in the group can do it.
Straight out the Ville. It's the BackAlley Fellas Podcast.
They said we could never make it. They said
Still ain't got it bumping. In the back alley. Taking shots of whiskey and only go.
One, two. What's up? It's the boys. We back at it.
What's
Back at it,
happening?
fellas. Mike D, Brother Six, Big Pat. We in the mix, y'all. We in the mix. What's going on, fellas? How
Going
y'all
down.
doing?
What's going down? Good people all over the world.
Going on.
Worldwide.
Always
Yes,
a great
global.
day to be here.
Yeah, indeed. Let's get that energy up. Sometimes I be
20,
like, if we don't have that music,
third.
sometimes we be kind of like slow motion. Let's get that energy up. Pat. Come on, let's go.
Well,
Yo.
I mean, wait, hold on. What? Okay.
Yeah. Let's do something. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do something.
okay.
Move something.
All right.
Let's go. Let's move something. Let's move something. Let's go. All right,
There
Brother
it
Six,
is.
how you doing, Doctor?
Yeah, put it.
Here.
Oh my God, are you serious right there?
Hey,
Let me tell you something about what I got in my cup.
What you got?
I'm doing real good, brothers, man. It's good to
Okay.
see y'all, man. Give a shout out to Fat Blood, big time. Fat Blood one time back in Louisville, his family and everybody in the Ville, man. Tell somebody to tune in, check us out, and see what you like about it. Then talk about it. Then be about it. That's what we're about. Pat, what's going down, big homie?
Hey man, I don't even know how to follow that. So I give a shout out. I'm always thinking about my brother Reggie, rest in peace, and shout out to his family. His daughters are doing great things, doing big things, man. So I'm so proud of them. Hey, I'm blessed, man.
Good.
I do want to announce on here that I'll be leaving on May the 1st and headed to Dubai for a contract. Doing some things, man. So
good deal.
That's beautiful.
Congratulations. So I mean, we still gonna keep the pod going. We gonna figure this thing out.
Ain't no stopping. We just now we might have to adjust our times or whatever because
Yeah.
But we'll make it happen. And I'm off
Indeed,
on
indeed.
weekends, so we'll make it happen.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, wait a
indeed,
minute.
yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, we ain't. Ain't that like 8 hours ahead?
Well, when it's midnight,
I'm not a morning
here,
person.
it's 8 in the morning there.
Yeah.
We'll figure something
We'll
out.
make it work. We'll make it work for the people.
We'll make it work. Indeed.
To
But
the
all
people,
is well
for
on
the
my
people.
end. Yeah, all is well. Like I said, had a good time, man. It was good to see y'all brothers this past weekend. We were all in Louisville together celebrating one of our partners' wife's 50th birthday. So it was good to see y'all have a good time.
Good to be seen, brother, not viewed.
Hey, yo, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you what was funny though. 6, we weren't doing a whole lot of nothing on that little dance floor, but my whole back and hip was sore that evening. Whole back and hip.
I woke up this morning with a sore foot, Mike. I couldn't get myself together. Back been riding on me all day.
Yes,
hey, bro.
And we wasn't doing nothing.
We wasn't
doing nothing. Just doing a little this and that. And whole hip and back.
I wish I had them shoes I walked up out of them Jesus sandals I had.
Oh boy, well, look at here.
Boy, that was funny. Funny. I had to make it into a joke because I was so embarrassed.
Hey, now you was good. Now you was
it worked
being
out.
you.
It worked out, didn't it?
Yeah, you was being you. And then so all is well. Shout out to Fat Blood, brother Reggie, his family. Like I said, his family's daughters, they're doing really well, doing great. Everybody's kids is doing well. Congratulations, brother 6, with your son winning the championship. That's phenomenal.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. Man.
So,
appreciate that. He's doing real well, man. They won the regional and the championship. So they won them both. So that's good, man. He's on a win. That young man's doing quite well, man. Appreciate you, brother.
And ball skills. He taking out this uncle Mike. Hey, but no. So you know what we do? We try to find out what's in your cup so we can know what's up. So Big Pat, what you got in your cup tonight, brother? You doing something simple?
Yeah, I just got some I don't even know what it is, some kind of fruit.
Fruit punch. It's some fruit punch.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all why. Listen, but everybody that's listening, if you ever see me not drinking, it's because brother 6 doesn't have all the liquor in the house. But every day he come out with a different. The other day the dude just had some chaser. He just had the chaser.
Lord, just the chaser.
The strawberry daiquiri.
It's called a strawberry daiquiri version. I had a virgin.
Yeah, he just had the strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah. But
I was gonna go in there and make me a little drink, but ain't no bottles of liquor in there. So.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Wowza.
But what you drinking? So that tells me what you got in your room. A little something.
What you got?
No, sir. I got that. Listen, I got the sweet red wine. So,
okay.
Yes, sir. So I ain't doing much. I ain't making no noise.
Well, I got a little Granny's tea. I'm back
what you
on
got?
it. Granny's tea, celebrating.
With the peach? Is that with the peach, Mike?
It's with the peach. It's with the peach.
So let's do this.
We're gonna get no names out. Go ahead. Let's do it. Let's get in.
All right. So if you were there, you listen, you watching, you raise your cup with us, because bottles, glasses, cups that are plastic, alleyways backwards, perfection takes practice. Friendship turned kinship, 2/3 of the street dynasty.
Brotherhood from the neighborhood. This podcast is going to be a classic, a divine state of mind. Our movement is sublime. On the rocks, brother, give me something strong.
Since we're doing this, I can give you a mixer and a slice of lime. Okay. Put your drink up. Now let's link up. It's nothing but love in this atmosphere. Peace, salutations, brothers and sisters. The fellas, they are in here.
Cheers. That was on point.
Hey, and I keep it all the way hundun with you.
Go ahead. What you?
So we only had a little bit of the fruit punch left. So I filled up my cup. I'm ready. On the way in here, I got a little thirsty. So I drank some. Then I got to thinking, well, this ain't enough. So I went back to the sink, put a little water in it just to stretch it. You know how we used to. Man, this stuff is nasty to the mud. It tastes like straight water. Maybe I need to stir it up. I don't know.
Oh man.
Hey, I tell you
I don't
what you
care
need
where
to
you
do.
move.
Get some of that
I don't
strawberry
care how big
daiquiri.
your house is. I don't care your rank, your stature. Sometimes, if you're from the West End, it's gonna stay in the West End.
It
Yeah.
stay in you.
It's gonna
We
stay.
can adapt, baby.
So
We
what
can
I've
adapt,
heard-
baby.
So what I've heard in the alley, the back alley,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
is they're talking about customer service.
Mhm.
Oh,
I was looking at it from the standpoint, and we can kind of define our boundaries like right now. I was looking at it from the standpoint of, do all races offer the same customer service?
Mm.
I was looking at it. So do y'all have a different take on it, or
I
do. Go ahead, Mike.
No, go ahead.
Okay, you give me the floor.
Go ahead. Yeah. go on.
I'm looking at it on the perspective of compared to when I was in the restaurant business and serving. Compared to
you weren't in the
now.
restaurant business, you were just a server.
Yeah. I'm a server.
Okay.
I'm a server. That's what I do. I give. I make sure you have good customer service. You, on the other hand, should be. Ain't that what she said and wait till hell? You like that part? You, on the other hand, should be. Yeah. How you coming, Mike?
I think I agree with well, actually both. I think that
Well,
it's
you
a
was in the restaurant
conversation.
business?
No. It's it's a conversation that we've had before about customer service and just I'm interested to see where Pat takes it more than anything, because it probably is on the same street or in the same alley that I'm thinking. And I'm really interested to see more people's comments about this and to talk this out. So we just gonna go in, and again, this is just our opinions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we gonna bring it up because we know, and we've all, and I've looked at things I follow, Black Indie things. I follow a couple of different things, and we talk about these comments come up from time to time, and so we gonna talk about it. So either one of y'all want to kick it off? Kick it off.
I will. I have no problem starting. I want to start by saying that I believe that we're here in the very, very near future. Mike D gonna disagree with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Then I had to preface with that, but now I'm gonna make my statement.
Okay.
I don't know why, but we do each other so bad.
Talk about
A
it.
lot of Blacks that are in customer service treat other Blacks horribly, but treat whites better. I'm gonna go by my personal experience. This is a story. Can't make this shit up. Me and Brother Six was in line. White gentleman was in front of us. Was at Walmart.
Okay.
So the girl was like, I've never even heard this before. Welcome to Walmart. How was your shopping experience? I turned to Brother Six and said, watch how she do us. Do you remember that, Brother Six?
I remember.
I left. We come up. Did you find everything you needed? Just like that. So I looked at her and said, well, what happened to asking about our Walmart experience and all of that? She didn't even reply. We paid for our stuff and left. And then we had the conversation. Why would you treat your own people worse than somebody else? Now, that's not everybody across the board. I'm not all Blacks in the category, but there's other incidents that I've seen. We just treat each other so bad.
Well, you're not gonna find no disagreement with me on that, Pat, because I've had this conversation with my wife a multitude of times. We done had this time and time and time and time and time again, where we go into situations and I'm not so I know, you know, we putting a color to it, but I'm gonna put a social economic piece to it too. I'm gonna put, you know, those that in that lower to poor income bracket in the customer service field, whatever it might be. There seems like there's a lack of attention to detail and a focus on what they're supposed to be there for and training. And then that goes across those different companies, because again, you know, I can go to almost any Chick-fil-A,
Yeah,
any city,
Right.
no matter what color they are.
no matter what color
Right.
they are.
They are the
Same
nicest
service.
people in the
I
world.
know what kind of service they got. Yo, I went to a Chick-fil-A once, not giving them a shout out or nothing like that. But I went to a Chick-fil-A. And it could be considered in a certain section of the city, you know, like it's a little bit of everything, but it's in a, man, it was raining. I'm getting out of my car. I see one of the guys that works there walking up with an umbrella. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you coming up to my car? Because I'm parked way over here. I'm walking in. He's like, hey, welcome Chick-fil-A. Would you like to get another umbrella? I said, man, what? I said, man, thank you, man. I said, hey, you know, and that's what he was just standing at the door, making sure that people were walking in. He would go out there and I said, yo, you can't make that up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
Like
beautiful.
that customer service.
That's beautiful. You
Get
know,
people in and out. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
yeah, I'm gonna go left, of course,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna hit off of what I started with, and that was me being in customer service compared to now. Totally different. We all know that.
Right.
Like I said, I'm 51, so those of my age and my generation, they know what I'm talking about. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about why and the root matter of why customer service is so poor. What do you have to look forward to? What is there to be proven or done? You know, most people these days are quitting their jobs and they putting the employer second and the employee first. See, we're making decisions now whether we want to work for you at all, because we ain't got to. You can work from home. Most people are moving and relocating, starting their own businesses. So it's a lot of people. Now the scales has changed because of what has gone on in these last couple of years. And it has to. Think about this. Think about when we was going and didn't have a choice. Now there's choices, and people, we're talking about our younger generation that worked in the McDonald's and Walmart.
This proves your point, though. So if you got choices,
The other side of it definitely does. Go ahead and ride with it. Yep, because I was going to get there, but take it over. Yep.
no, but
Go ahead, talk.
right to though. No, I ain't taking it over. I just making that comment. We supposed to be dialoguing, right? So the question. So don't you think that actually proves what you said? Because if I got a choice and I'm at Walmart, I'm not upset about it. I got a choice to be somewhere else. So I should have great customer service. Because if I'm there, it's because I want to be there.
Okay, so then let me take that and then step off and go this way with that. If you were paid enough, if there was some type of incentives, if there was advancements, now companies feel like, oh, you need us. And the employee is saying, no, I don't. So when they do get a job, it's out of force and not by choice, if you're with me. Because now it's like, okay, if I go do this, I'm gonna do this because I have to. You know what I mean? That's the attitude of some, is what I did now. Now, this is my opinion. And I'm saying when I step to someone in their restaurant or their service, you know, I cut hair. I'm a barber. So there's a certain way that you talk to somebody.
Look at my face.
Okay. For some, for some, I'm a barber. For others, you make it a point.
You say you own
Say that. But anyway, so customer service. So customer service to me means I need to do this person right because I want them to come back. You go to McDonald's, they like, I don't give a fuck if you come back or not. As a matter of fact, eat the mayonnaise. Walk with it, man.
In that theory though, because I won't say no names, but we know somebody that recently was working at Walmart and she had great customer service. So to me, it don't have nothing to do with the circumstance. It's just you a nasty motherfucker. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we know
Yeah.
somebody that recently worked at Walmart and she had great customer service skills.
Right.
And by the way, she from the hood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But she had great customer service skills. So it's personal choice to be nasty.
yeah. So it reminded me of what y'all was going on. It reminded me of I was gonna read if y'all don't mind for a second. I was gonna touch on this joint from the Circle 7, the Moore Science Temple Circle 7. This is chapter 12.
You going there with it?
And it said in silent meditation.
Hold on. Right there. That needed like some intro music.
No, so it said in silent meditation, Jesus sat beside a flowing spring, and it was a holy day, and many people of the servant cast were near the place. And Jesus saw the hard-drawn lines of the toil of every brow and every hand. There was no look of joy in any face. Not one of our group could think of anything but toil. And Jesus spoke to one and said, "Why are you all so sad? Have you no happiness in your life?" The man replied, we scarcely know the meaning of the word. We toil to live and hope for nothing else but toil. And bless the day when we can cease our toil and lay down to rest in Buddha city of the dead. And Jesus' heart was stirred with pity and with love for all those poor toilers. And he said, toil should not make a person sad. Men should be happiest when they toil. When hope and love are back of toil, then all of life is filled with joy and peace. And this is heaven. Do you not know such a heaven is for you? And it goes on. Now, the bottom line with this is the mentality. So many people are looking at this thing. So many people have bought into like, I should automatically be at this, but you ain't got no skill set. You really don't have no education. You don't have nothing. Your expectation is that coming out with nothing, really, maybe not even knowing your full purpose in life, you're supposed to be making whatever that is. And the fact that you have a job, whatever it might be, you upset.
Yeah.
Whatever your decisions that got you to that
blessing that you even working.
So it's like I can look at it as the glass half full
by choice,
or half empty,
So
it's three ways: half full, half empty, or I have something to quench my thirst. See, it's three different levels.
You know, I thought about it like this too. It could also be, listen, I'm gonna have to quit this because I know to our listeners, to some of our listeners, that I sound like
talk your stuff. You ain't got to apologize. You ain't got
but
to.
I love our people.
Qualify.
I'm hard on our people like we are our kids. You love your kids.
Yeah.
But you're hard on them because you want them to do better. But I say that because I have to give them benefit of the doubt. And I believe that sometimes they're like that because of the customers that they dealt with of our color.
What do you mean?
On the same token, I've seen some people come in Walmart with some nasty attitude. So that girl may have dealt with
okay, I got you.
Black people with attitudes.
Yeah.
Now that don't justify it, but I understand.
Yeah,
but I think you get that all across the board. But
what do you mean, Mike? You mean white and black, or
everybody? My thing is this: if I go through and I go up to a drive-through, I go to something, and you're there, and I pull up, and you don't say, "Thank you for waiting." You know, I appreciate it. Your order. How you doing today? Whatever the case might be.
Right.
And you on the phone. You over here talking to your friends. You looking at your nails. You hand me the bag like it's $3.55, whatever. You don't no. And I'm like, wait, what? Like what is all of that? Like where are we at? Like literally, this is your job to do this. Like you have no idea who I could be or how I could help you. Like you could be like, somebody could roll up on somebody and be, check this out, Pat. Think about this. You could roll up on somebody and be like, every time I come here, your disposition is so great that I have such a wonderful experience. Hey, I'm hiring. I'm about to leave, and I don't know how much you make, but I need someone like yourself.
Yeah, you never know.
In my business, and I'd be willing to pay you X amount of dollars to do this. What do you think? You don't know. But the fact that we get out here and we do this, it's literally like
it's horrible, man.
It's
But
horrible.
look, Mike, I'm gonna tell you. So at the time, I was the regional manager for 3 counties for the unemployed. So I met with the regional director for the whole East Coast of Walmart's. So he called me. He said, "Hey man, I'm having some problems. I want you to go visit a few stores with me. Tell me what you think. Tell me about our processes. Tell me what's going on, and give me your opinion on what I should do. These stores are losing a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. We got a high turnover rate of employees now, blah, blah. That was on Monday. Friday or Saturday, I go into one of the Walmarts. I'm having an issue. The girl was rolling her neck and all of this stuff. So I said, let me speak to your manager. So the manager come up, Caucasian female, but she's one of them
Currents.
not sure who she is.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's a generous way to put it. Yeah,
So she walks up, and her hair is braided, and she rolling her neck. So when your managers do it,
you understand.
That's why I'm
off the
going
bat,
with it. Yep.
she walks up to me, and now I'm in like sweats. Well, what's the problem? I'm looking at her. I'm like, I was like, well, are you the manager or the store? I'm the store manager. Woo, woo, woo. We went round and round. I said, you know what, ma'am? I'm just gonna leave. So I left. Monday morning, not knowing which Walmart we were going to, we went back to that Walmart. Now, I'm with the regional manager for the whole East Coast. Now I'm in a suit and tie and all of that. As soon as we walk in, they rolling out the red carpet for this dude. They knew he was coming.
Uh-huh.
He tells the little shift manager, go get the store manager. They go get her. It's a true story. She looks again. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm standing there and I'm looking at her. She don't know what to do. She don't know if I've told him or not yet. Shaking in her boots. Now he was like, well, this is Mr. Thomas from the employment agency. He's gonna blah, 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 help us with our processes. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, Mr. Thomas, it's great to have you here. Mr. Thomas, Thomas. Whole attitude changed. So that's basically what you said, kind of. But long story short, she ended up losing her job. So did several managers. We went to another store, and he walked in, and within 5 minutes, he let everybody go. Every manager there was gone. So that goes to show that simple things like customer service could actually lose your job.
But I'm gonna say, I'm gonna jump in front of you, Mike, and go with this one.
Do it.
Shit rolls downhill. So it all starts from the top. I was at a Church's Chicken today. I like chicken. I'm a chicken eater. It don't matter. I'm a chicken eater. So look, my point is this. We get to the Church's Chicken. It's in a low income area. So I'm looking at the restaurant. When we pull up from like 3 months ago, the intercom was out. Would you believe that the intercom is still out? So you have to pull around through the window to place your order and get your food. So I said, oh my God, this is still like this. This ain't them employees in there that's doing that. They're only doing what rolls downhill to them because the store manager of that store should have handled the business, but the person over her, like you was dealing with, should be handling that. But they're not getting it. They're not getting the support. They're not getting the equipment. They're not doing none of that, which makes that store look bad. So I was confused about customer
Does that affect that customer service?
because of poor customer service, or is it from she ain't got no choice? What she's left to do?
Well, not necessarily. That don't just because you don't.
Income bad don't mean you can't be nice.
No, Think about this. This is midday, and I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm just taking to the defensive side here. I've been dealing with you Negroes all day long, and my manager is not doing what she's supposed to do, so I can have a smooth operation, so that she should take her frustration out on
you can't glaze over something and keep going. Let's back up a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been dealing with you Negroes all day long. Not for free. You were getting paid.
No, you getting paid for it, but I ain't making enough to put up with that shit. Quit.
But here's the thing, Six. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. Because here's the bottom line. Even if the manager or whoever, the manager could roll it up and they got to get to it when they get to it based on the area that they're in. That doesn't mean that but that doesn't mean that when I pull up, we're so sorry that the intercom is out. Can I take your order?
No.
You know, like it. See what I'm saying is
I get it too. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that the circumstances don't mean nothing. It's how you react to the circumstances that demonstrates whatever. See, your greatness is not shown when times are good. It's when you're
the character.
Would it have been any less work for her if the intercom worked?
What I'm saying is this: she shouldn't have been there. And if most of them are like that, what we're talking about, the bad experiences that these people go through, white, black, or indifferent, what I'm saying is you shouldn't take that at that level, because you know shit roll downhill. If you got that type of attitude, you shouldn't be there. I don't want to talk to you. You need to get out. You need to get out of that. You need to get out of that line of business. You're not a good.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. It's kind of. Man, this is a good conversation, because if I'm not making enough money and I don't feel like my benefits is right, and I got to be away from my children and my home, and I'm taking all this for just $8.50 for you to come in. My intercom is down. Like I deal with these customers. What should you do?
Change your circumstances. But your circumstances, but you treating me a certain way means that the karma rolls back. Yo, yes, I remember at one point in time, June, I remember when I came back to Louisville, before I came back into the military, and you would help me get on this one little gig. I remember being in the bathroom one time, scrubbing the bathroom walls or whatever with this thing, and I was like, yo, I ain't gonna never, but I had to in order to make things happen. For my kids, for my family. Yeah. But I made a difference.
I got a picture of that with your bougie ass.
Nah, see, you don't listen.
You know where I come from. You know where I come from.
Man, you get no picture of that.
I done worked in city dumps.
Believe me, I heard it when he came home that day. He said, "Man, they got me scrubbing with toothbrushes." Now I know he didn't mean that literally, but it was toothbrushes.
No.
That's a wall brush. I know what you're talking about. That one about that long.
Yeah, no, literally,
it was with the little.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I done worked in. I done did enough in my time. City dumps, wherever in Florida, all of that don't make no difference. Do whatever you got to do to make it happen. But you do that and recognize that I'm more than that, and you create the circumstances in order for you to elevate. But that don't mean that you treat people shitty. Now, I know when I was younger and I had a hood mentality, I may or may not have acted right with the people that I worked with or whatever the case might be. But at some point, you grow out of that. And at some point, you have to, as an adult, you have to set a particular standard because, again, you getting a check. So whether you getting money or it's not enough, why are you there? There's a reason why. Okay, let me say, there's a reason why you there. It wasn't, they didn't come and knock on your door and say, hey, would you like to come here today? You went
I get it.
to that place because you needed to make some money, right? You went out and sought that job. The job didn't come and seek you out. You went and sought that job out because you need to make some money.
Customer service is everything, man. When I was working at the state, man, it was so big for me. You know, we employment agency, and I was telling them there's people that don't know how they're gonna feed their families the next day. You got a job. So every single person that walks in this door, you need to smile, greet them, and tell them it's a great day in South Carolina. How can I help? That little bit helps so much because some people just need a smile.
And that's where I want to go to next, Tom.
Yeah.
And to you, Mike D. That's my whole problem. For someone like me, I'm a great customer service guy. I like to serve. I know how to serve, but that's what they're not teaching. Those managers and upper management I was talking about, if those children would come in, they leaving out of school, they need a job, they having babies, they in trouble, they need a life, they just want a job to make it through the next day or just to get some food, whatever the case may be. We're not taking the time to even teach these children what customer service is. Pat, see, those systems and things that you set up and put in place, Mike, those things that you're doing at work right now as we speak, those are teaching these children customer service, man. They're not being taught. They don't know what it is because it starts from home. They're not getting it at home. They come to work, they don't know how to act. They sagging, they smell like weed. I mean, what do you teach these children?
That ain't got shit to do with a manager. You coming in and smelling like weed. Whatever. It sometimes they let them stay because they know if
but
I
don't have classes no more to teach these young children about.
They should have all of those things, and I agree with you. They should.
That's what I'm saying.
But guess what?
That's what I'm saying.
Me having a class doesn't mean that you retain it. See, it starts from home.
Well, you got a point there.
It starts at home when you know how to say.
Yep, that's where it starts at home. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Ma'am.
May I help you? Thank you.
We understood that process growing up.
Yes, we did because we taught.
Yes, ma'am.
Taught that. Yeah.
No, sir.
I don't think that's being done these days.
So you understand that process. Then you get into the process of like, yo, this is why I'm here. It don't take nothing for you to have a good day. Like, yo, hey, how you doing? Thank you, blah, 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 in your day. Like sometimes I can look at somebody and they roll up and I'll be like, I'm the customer and I'll be like, how your day today? Oh, it's all right. Then they start smiling.
See where they start
interacting, and the process becomes better. Man, you doing all right, good brother? Sis, how you doing? You all right? But I'm saying, just because I'm the customer, I shouldn't talk crazy to them. But they should be the ones that are initiating this process. And to Pat's point, no matter where I go, and particularly in areas that look like me, and they have in this lower income, man, sometimes you walk in the spots and you already know what it's gonna be. You hope that your order gonna be right.
You gotta check
that the attitude gonna be right.
Man.
And it's not all the time, but you go into that situation and you sit back and you watch. And Pat, to your point, sometimes you'll watch them treat somebody one way and you'll be like, and then they come over to you. And this is what I tell my people at my job, right? I say this, look, okay, we got a meeting. And some people don't respond. They don't say, I got another meeting. I don't have this. So when we get into a conversation, I say, okay, well, yo, I mean, y'all all said that y'all want to be a part of this process, this initiative, right? Okay, that's cool. But if we don't value one another, who's going to value us? I said, here's what I don't understand. If your supervisor, someone else, or anybody else says that there's a meeting, I get that you need to be there, but y'all will go out of y'all way to make sure y'all let them know, hey, I have a conflicting meeting. I'm gonna be running late. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'm sending someone else in my
say something, yeah.
But when we have a meeting for us
no
to
call,
discuss
no
some
show,
things, ain't nobody said nothing. Nobody replied.
You gotta keep
ain't nobody
calling
doing
you.
nothing. And I'm like, so what is that? Why is it that we treat each other so shitty with no respect, but then we want others to value us? How is that? Why would someone even value you if you don't value your own folks? You don't value yourself.
It's yourself.
And I can't
That's where it
understand
starts.
that puzzles me. And I bring it up. I say it to people like this don't make sense. This is what we supposed to do. But why I gotta go around the circle? Why I gotta chase you down? Why you can't just reply back and say, I have another meeting, I'm not gonna be able to make it, whatever the case might be. Why I gotta chase you down or you don't reply? But I bet you if Susie say, hey, we got a meeting, y'all send us something. Sorry, I am doing something, not gonna be able to make it, or what's that?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm gonna come up in here. Y'all gonna charge me all this money to just to do this, and you gonna come to me all this way? Well, you ain't say that to the light company when they took that extra $20 they cut, and then on top of that they cut your cable off. You ain't arguing with them. I get it, but I get that. But
let's flip this. Let's flip it to this. What is it about customers, and particularly Black folks, or as Pat would like to say, the ninjas? What is it about them that for a Black facility, company, whatever, we quit. Hey man, let me get a hookup. Can I get a discount? Why is it so high?
P&J.
But you don't go into Macy's. You don't go into Macy's and barter.
Right.
You don't go into Applebee's and barter.
Right.
Where they making millions upon millions. But the Black owned business, hey man.
But even with that, Mike, to keep it all tied in, we experienced that recently. And I promise you, to give Junior kudos, he still kept his customer service hat on, because I was ready to go off. So
I did.
So let me get this right. One turkey wing is $6. Junior said, yes, sir. The large ones. Okay, well, so finally he kept talking. I got frustrated. I turned around. I said, hey man, I know you've been to the grocery store. Don't you see how much this stuff costs? We having to spend. No, I know. Now, what kind of work you do? You know what he said? I'm a contractor.
I do construction work. Construction work. That's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said.
The way wood and plywood and 2x4s done went up, you didn't raise your prices?
He said, come on, man.
Come on, yeah, I did, bro. Why you asking us for a discount on a turkey wing? But the point is, Julius kept his customer service, so it can be done.
No, you're right. But I think what I'm getting is an overall mentality. What you touched on, Pat, is this mentality amongst ourselves that we don't value ourselves, whether we're on the end of providing customer service or we're asking for customer service. We don't value our business. We don't value one another to the extent of, and we're generalizing this, but we're talking about that experience of where we're saying, yo, what is that? You see what I'm saying? We know, I was at a spot, right? I gotta take y'all to the spot. Shout out to Chicken Scratch in Indy. You know what I'm saying?
What's it called?
Called Chicken Scratch, Black owned business.
Oh,
don't worry about that. I ain't gonna talk about what you did earlier, so don't talk about what I'm doing right now. You just said I didn't say nothing.
Now you want to hit people with garbage can lids.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now you want.
Well, go on, quick. Right. Go shoot. There it is. So shoot.
So Chicken Scratch. So we go down there. They got some really good wings. You know what I mean? They the honey joint wings, and they got this. I told y'all about that. Whenever y'all make it up here. Now I know Pat, you going, but when you make it back, bring you up there. So anyway, we in the spot. We chilling. I'm up there, waiting on my order. Older couple come in, Black couple. They like, do you know what's good? I was like, well, wings are phenomenal, but if you haven't tried this pasta, and you won't get it. You know what I'm saying? And they got the prices up there, and it's relatively expensive. It ain't cheap, but I understand it's a Black owned business. wings and everything.
And chicken
went
wings
up.
is high. Yeah.
You know what I'm
chicken
saying?
wings
All
is
of this,
high,
but and the pasta, everything, they make everything from scratch, cooked to order. You see what I'm
We
saying?
do too.
No, I get it.
Go
But
ahead.
what I'm saying is it's cooked to order. It ain't one of them fast food joints where you can come in and they got burgers in the lamp. No, it's cooked to order. So I'm sitting there, the lady's talking. Boom. Another young brother comes in. He's like, man, the way you described it, I'm gonna have to order me something. I'm like, yo, it's fire. You know, boom, boom, boom. I look at him. He said, no, is it good? You know how black people do it. I say, yo, listen. And I did like this. He was like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand.
Got it. I'm gonna get over there.
Say less. But the point is, the lady would sit down with her husband. She was like, I had a friend, they came in. She came in to order one time. She saw the prices and was like, oh no, they too high, and ended up going to rallies. I'm like, yeah, I get it. If you stop for dollars, that might not be that. But this is a black-owned business. Don't you like? Wouldn't it be great that we could turn around and one day say we made Chicken Scratch or P&J's multi-millionaires from the support that we did? Like, we can't say that about McDonald's. Like, we know we making them rich or rallies or whomever, but why we can't do that for our own? And that's the whole point of the value.
I get it.
Across the board, we have to start valuing ourselves, and we just, for whatever reason, we don't. I don't know what that is.
We don't. And I think that comes a lot to what we were talking about a while back on one of the episodes where certain cities support black-owned business where others don't. We don't understand the numbers is there, the facts is there, but I just don't get the why don't
got me hot.
So do you think that great customer service is based on your mentality?
No,
so if you
go ahead.
But see, the only thing
I don't know how to answer that
is I know plenty of people from the hood that have great customer service, and I know people that are from affluent neighborhoods that really don't have good customer service.
That's why I say it's the mentality.
So I don't know if that's are you meaning mentality on the way you were trained or taught?
The way that who you are.
Are you saying because okay, then if you're gonna put it that
don't
way,
matter what I'm saying, don't matter what neighborhood you're from,
or how you learned it.
Some people are just nasty.
Because you don't. Some people may not have a great. Some people may not have a great training. They might tell you. What I'm saying is they might not. When you go to a job, they might say you start this. They go through this process. We tell everybody smile, do all this stuff. So you have all of that general stuff. But it starts with you. You intake that. So if you just a good person, you're a person that likes to talk, you're a sociable person, you have good customer service skills, that's going to come out no matter where you at.
So do we blame home for customer service? I'll say we do, but I want to hear y'all brother's opinion. Because what y'all two just said, because you're saying it's your own personal. You can learn all this stuff. You got your little package when you come in. You know the pitch. You know what you're supposed to say. You know how you're supposed to act. But your attitude doesn't display that. Even if it was taught to you. Now, I'm thinking that is because of your home training. So our home training this day for this generation that's serving us now is getting poor training on how to treat people.
No, I'm not. We're not about to do that. We're not about to put that on parents because here's what we know. As parents. Okay, but as parents, Pat, Mike D. No, listen. As parents, listen. We know what we've done for our children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know what sometimes our children do.
Right.
Was that on you? You gave them, you taught them, you did everything. You know what your parents taught you.
Right.
And what you got from your neighbors.
Right.
But you know what you did. So is that your parents? See, because here's the thing.
I'm gonna say yes.
People that outside of the communities will come in and say their parents ain't taught them nothing. Look at it, it's their parents. And they're like, the parents is like, no, that ain't what we do. We teach them this, this, and this, and this. We talk to them about working hard. We talk to them about this. But when they get outside,
it's a whole different story.
you do what you do. So
So
that ain't on parents. So
let me
I'm
give
not going to be the, yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna give the life lesson on that, on what I experienced with my 3 children. I got one that's 30 something, the other one just turned, she just turned 30, my middle child, and then there's Jeremiah, the young one. So out of those 3, we're thinking about home training and going into customer service. And I agree with you on the point that once they leave that door, you don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully, and praying on that what you instilled them in, that when that decision comes for them to act on a certain situation or a particular thing that's going down, they know and they remember what you taught them. Some cases that don't work, starting with my oldest. Just by the way we talked and what he's seen, he knows how to speak to people. He knows how to talk to people. My middle child, she got both sides. She knows how to be real generous, but she knows how to be an asshole too and don't take no shit from what she learned at home. So when she left out the door, I was like, oh, she got it good. But when it came down to it, it's like, oh, she did real bad. Now, my last son, the young one, with this generation, you are exactly right. Because everything I taught him may have gone out the window sometimes, but he's a very studious and a very kind person. So naturally, he just that way because that's just the way he is. So I get the attitude thing about what you're talking about, but sometimes when you're at home and you got that foundation, it ain't about what they do after that. They know better. That's why what you just said is so key. It's like, we didn't raise you that way. So I agree with you on the point that, hey, you just doing that on your own to be a little asshole. You know better.
Well,
but this generation now, do they even have that? Do they even have a clue?
It don't make no difference because my thing is this. We know circumstances, and again, we generalize in this whole thing. We know circumstances where people can have messed up situations and they turn out, if we want to call okay, but they work through those. They look at those examples and say, I'm never doing that. And we know people that come from, quote unquote, good circumstances, and they go down the wrong path. It's your particular choice. Everybody comes in with a choice. Everyone has the opportunity to be
whether or not to have good customer service.
I think because you come in to a circumstance and you come in and you might have an attitude that day. And because you may not know, you might not have the wherewithal at an age to work through. We know that at about 25, your frontal lobe is developed. So we know up until that time, you're still developing. We recognize that. So there's some grace and mercy in some of this. But we also know that when you get in circumstances and you do, I think sometimes it can be a collective of the environment that you work in that can cause some people to.
Let me go off of that one right there, Mike. Let me go off of that one
turn
right
up.
there.
Go ahead.
The environment. Thomas, I'm gonna pose this to you because you in the field. And I'm speaking on this when I was said earlier about upper management and shit rolls downhill. As a hiring manager, and I said that specifically, and I hope I'm using the right words, you know who you're dealing with when you're interviewing this person for this particular job. It's a very important job. It deals with a lot of customer service. Do you nip it in the bud right then?
You don't know.
No, because some people interview very well. Some people lie very well. Some people do. They're the nicest person you ever want to meet, and then when you see them on the job or the work floor, they're horrible. So some people can fake it to make it, but what happens is the truth comes out when you're not being genuine in who you are. You can only fake it so long. Eventually, you was gonna come out, and that's with anything, not just customer service. That's in marriage. That's in life. That's if you not true to who you are. Eventually, it's gonna come out. And so, who is this person? When this is who you really are.
So, Pat, you are for Mike. Mike, they done lied to get in there to get their foot in the door, but you done peeped as like, man, this person is horrible at customer service, not a people person at all. but I'm strapped for bodies. We talking about COVID now. You can't get nobody to work. We know
Right.
that. Hiring prices are up. The benefits are better now. What would you do as the employer for this person that you done found out that they was full of shit and done lied their way through the interview?
It all
Would you
depends,
keep 'em?
man. It depends. So I've been believing in trying to work with, because it's like coaching. It's like coaching. Managing is the same way.
Did he hit it on the head? Did he, Thomas?
No, I'm gonna say he might disagree.
No,
He might
disagreeing.
disagree. No, I'm saying that in my opinion, that's your opportunity to manage. That's your opportunity to supervise. So you get the opportunity to go to that person or that group or that collective, because the first thing you got to do is look at, are they the only ones? And what's the climate that you're setting? What standards are you putting in place that they think that they can do this? Because as a manager, if you set the standards like that's, I'm not tolerating that. Like if I hear one complaint is one too many, but let me hear more than one. Certain circumstances, it's gonna happen, and you deal with that. But you set those standards. You have to role model what you're looking for, and then you look for the people, and you reward those that role model what you back, and those that don't, you get them out of the bud. You wanna eventually be like, okay, they're not doing this. Well, I'm not gonna keep them around, because that makes the people that's doing well be like, well, why they like, all right, now I gotta let you go. Why I gotta you, because you're not what we want. I'm rewarding these people that put the work in, and when I come in, I'm looking, I'm following you. We gonna see, and you got to reward them. So I think that you talked about this, setting the standard. You talk about rolling down hill. Pat would knows this. You set the standard. You role model. You watch it. That's your opportunity to coach and coach them up, because you could coach somebody up and say, hey, listen, what's going on? I mean, I got this. Okay, I get all of that. But you can't bring that into your job, because you have skill sets that can take you way farther than this. And this could be your stepping stone. But what I need from you is this. If you're not able to do this, then we're gonna have to let you go. But I wanna work with you. But if you give them that chance. But if they can't
that's
do
what
it,
I'm saying though. And that's to my point. Yeah, that's to my point too. That's why I'm saying that I think that attitude. Go ahead, Thomas.
But he's right, but we had to set a standard. But because truthfully, customer service is everywhere, and
everything you do.
People always equate customer service to working in fast food or something like that. But even if you're in a HR, human resources, then your customer is the people that work for that company.
Mm-hmm.
So any job, any profession, career that you're in, customer service is everywhere. So it has to be a standard. So I'm gonna tell you now, in the military, if you were a non-commissioned officer, there was zero tolerance for me. So, because you should know better. If you did something like that, way out of bounds like that, then when you came to see me, I told you straight up, when I go in here to see the colonel, we great bust you upside your head. Zero. So, but day one in my unit, every unit I ever went to, I called a meeting with all the non-commissioned officers and the enlisted, and I set the standard right then and there.
And that's what I'm talking
what
about.
You did in the past, I don't care who, what, when, where, and how. This right now. And Junior's got a long-standing joke, Mike, at the state. I put up a PowerPoint on him, and it was like POP. And everybody on my staff was like, "What is that?" You remember what it was, Junior?
Pats.
No. Priorities of Pat.
Priorities of Pat. But see, you know what? We laughing, but that's what I'm talking about, though. I'm saying that.
Here's what we're gonna do. And you know what was first? I'm gonna tell you something else. You know what was first? And watch this, Mike. This is how important customer service is.
Mm-hmm.
I interviewed for the assistant director job. I had already looked at our whole organization. I looked at our mission. objectives, everything.
Policy and procedure.
And out of everything they published, without even really saying it, it all summed up to customer service. So I did like a little, I call it a book, bound and everything. So while I'm interviewing with the director of the agency, well, at the time it was the second in charge of the agency. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think if you change or what would you fix if you get this position? I said, funny you asked that. Brought out my little book. She was like, oh, you had it printed up? I said, yeah. I said, customer service. Mm-hmm. And she was like, wow. She was like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just put this out there. Even you may not know this, but our initiative for the next 3 to 5 years is improving customer service. So no matter what level you at, customer service is important. So I think this conversation was really needed. And, you know, the funny thing about it, we've talked about some serious events, actions, consequences, behaviors, everything from religion to politics to parenting. And customer service ranks right there. You can even go as far as to say if you get real opaque or blatant or you know stay vague with it, customer service is even in our family. You know, if you're a family member, if you're a parent, your customers, your kids, and your other family member. So customer service is everywhere. So I think that this conversation, and I'm going to close with that. I think that bringing to the importance of customer service in all races, all walks of life, from the minimum wage job to the $200,000 a year job. Customer service is very important. So I'm gonna close with those that are listening. If you are that person, and here's the bad part. People with bad customer service skills and attitudes know it.
Yeah.
They know it. They
don't give a shit. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn.
They
but if you're listening to this, I hope, I pray that this clicks with you, or if you know somebody and you can let them know, because sometimes, you know, they know it, but they don't realize it. So it may take a friend or a family member to say, hey, William, hey, man, you know, you can work on your customer service skills. So all I'm asking in closing is that if you know someone that is struggling with good customer service, reach out to them, help them out, because it goes a long way. It will help not only the company, but it'll help them.
What they say, reach out and touch.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this to those same ones that Thomas said. I'm gonna stay on the same path, because we're a team on this, and we're gonna jump on all y'all together as a team. If you are that person and you know it, and you are a customer, I'm gonna stay with the customer. I'm gonna go a different way. And you're a customer. Man, don't. What'd you say?
You started out with you just say the same way. Now you tell me you're gonna go.
Yeah. I have to, because I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna take the customer side this time, and not the person who's giving customers. Because I'm a great customer service guy. I don't know what I would tell other people about, and that's I'm gonna train you on how to be a great server, you know, of people, you know. But I mean, it starts with self. Let me start with that. If you're going into a job that you need, it's providing for your family, there are certain things and certain sacrifices you have to make. And maybe good customer service is one of those that you may have to work if you want to continue to work at this little nickel and penny job until you find someone else. But for those of us who are dealing with assholes who got bad customer service, ignore them. Ain't no need of more shooting and twerking and throwing drinks and all of that stuff, because you're getting yourself in trouble over something that they're bad at. So don't stoop to their level to get what you want in a restaurant that you don't even really like, or at a HR, at a business or a job. If you do not like it, train yourself, get yourself together and go do something that you can do that does fit you. don't ruin everybody else's day because you're having a bad day, because you don't know what a person's going through, and you might just hit that wrong button, and that day may be your day. I'm in with that one, Mike.
Right. Well, I would say, I go like this. If I wasn't sure about tomorrow. Y'all know that old Fred G.
Yeah, man.
I simply
didn't
say this,
care.
you know, every point that everyone made was valid. And like Pat always says, is that, he says a lot of things because he cares so much about us as a people. And when we have these conversations, we really specifically or are focused in on our community first, and then the humanity at large, as a secondary process. Man, we got to do better in all shape, forms, and fashions. And the first thing is about just treating ourselves. I think we said this many times, is about knowing thyself and loving thyself.
We said that.
Is key. When you have that, there's a sense of, when I wake up in the morning, I think that's where we got to get to. I think we got to get to a point where it doesn't make a difference what you do. Value what you do and take great pride and onus in that. If we just sit back and think about, it's someone that I'm gonna go deep, and then there's someone that woke up this morning with no job, with not knowing how they gonna make ends meet. And you may also be in that situation where you but you got a job, you have an opportunity, to touch someone. Like Six said, you never know, your interaction with someone can save someone's life or change their circumstances or change your circumstances. But more importantly, there's somebody that ain't gonna wake up.
That's right.
And you have the ability.
Walk.
So sometimes, now we can have this conversation one day. Sometimes we have to recognize what we call into life. And that the very things that we have going on in our life is because we called into it to experience God working. So as God is working,
walk, boy.
Let's let him work. Let's let her work in your life. And the reason why you might be going through it is because that's the only way that I recognize my creator working, is when I'm going through it. I only know my creator get me out of one thing to another. After a while, and you get tired of that and you expand, your creator also expands because you expand. And so sometimes just take a look at where you at right now and ask yourself, why am I right here right now? What's the lesson? How do I get better? And then make that move. And I ain't saying it's easy, but I can tell you from someone that didn't know how I was going to make those things happen and was trying to make something, I decided, hey, man, shoot, I got out the military. I'm about to go back in. Sometimes you got to do the things that you don't want to do to make things happen.
That's right.
To get to a better place, to get to a better spot. Suck it up. It's a circle. Understand that happiness is happiness in that toil. It's joy in that. Find that joy, find that happiness, and see how that helps. Because being miserable and just being shitty to everyone, that ain't gonna do nothing. Try the other way, see how that works, and see what happens on that end. And if neither one works, then find something else to do. And with that, we say peace.
I got one more saying. Hold on. Listen to this one. It's off the dome too. Don't let what God has given you get in the way of what God has given you. Yeah.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna leave with that. Yeah, I know. I'm full of
I
it.
get
So,
it. I get it.
you get
Hold
that
on,
one?
say that again. Say that one more again.
Don't let what God has given you get in the way of what God has given you.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, I get it. I get
Okay,
it.
right
Yeah.
on. I like
Yes,
that.
sir.
And with that, we'll close out. We'll say peace, salutations, and so.
Oh.